Welcome to Campus Connections 2023 edition. I'm excited to be able to continue to highlight the people and places that make up Quinsigamond Community College. I am Dr. Pedraja, I'm president of the college. Today I'm meeting with Professor of Human Services, Brenda Safford. Brenda is a coordinator of the Human Service Department, as well as a co-chair of the President's Advisory Council on Equity, the chair of the Diversity Caucus, and the advisor to the Black Student Union. We're also joined by members of the Black Student Union. Now, Brenda, can you tell me a little bit about your role here and how long have you been at QCC?
First, I'm an alum, and I graduated from QuinSig about 1998. So it's been about almost 27 years that I've been with QuinSig in different roles. I've served on the Board of Trustees, but then I came here in 2014 as a faculty person.
Well, that's quite some historic connection to QCC, and you've been here quite some time.
Yes.
How has the college changed since you've been here?
The amazing part that my students probably don't know, but I was president of the BSU when I was a student here. When I came back in 2014, it was a student actually that kind of read my history and came and seeked me out and asked me, can we start it again? Because it was dormant there for a while. So I said, sure, if you're ready, I'm ready.
Well, this month we're honoring and celebrating Black History Month. Can you talk a little bit about significance of this recognition, about Black History Month, how it started?
It was in 1915 and Carter G. Woodson noticed that there was no representation, no history documented on Black history. It wasn't until 1926 when he decided to ask for it to be Black History Week. It was only a week. This Black History Month, and it's only a week in February, and I think it was the second week in February. But what happened in 1976, I think it was President Gerald Ford that made it a month. Most of the complaints from the Black community is like, it's the shortest month of the year, right? But at least we have it, and I think a lot of people don't know that history. So when I'm with my students and we are talking, I'm always talking about history and what I can do for them to succeed and reach their dreams. Black History Month to me is very important because it's the month of the year we get recognized for our achievements and our Black excellence.
One of the clubs that we have here is at QCC is the Black Student Union. Can you talk about why this is important for you to be their advisor and also the importance of this group on campus?
Well, QuinSig gave me the chance, the opportunity to grow. I went from being an associate's degree all the way to master's in human services. And I did it with a free scholarship because I had the support system and I knew that it was needed for students to grow and succeed at this college.
I want to take this opportunity maybe to ask our students who are a member of the BSU to share a little bit. So maybe we could start and just feel free to share why it was that you decided to become a member of the Black Student Union.
I was surprised to be informed that they actually had a Black Student Union group. So when I was brought to it by Ms. Brenda Safford, I was intrigued, very happy, and very motivated to get things going.
I genuinely do believe in creating a community and having these people around me that motivate me, that look like me, that understand my struggles and my day-to-day challenges so that we can come together, have conversation, and continuously grow and strive for equity and make change.
So not only it's not about Black excellence in academics, but also still being in that safe space to talk about social injustice.
I met Miss Brenda in one of my classes. She started out as my professor, and she actually brought the idea of BSU to me because she saw something in me, and I just thought, well, if she's the advisor and she could see something, I could definitely find a community here.
So our mission as far as BSU is to elaborate and give opportunities to students around the campus to feel comfortable into getting more knowledge about what Black culture and the Black community around us means to us personally. We also express the values and dedication of other people around campus. I know our name has the word Black in it, but we also would like to let other people who watch us know that just because it's named Black Student Union doesn't mean we're not for every student who's on this campus.
So let me just ask the rest of all of you, why do you think it is important to have a Black Student Union on campus?
My name is Justin, and I'm majoring in psychology. I feel like it's important to have BSU for representation so we can have like a voice and also a community just to bounce ideas, just be comfortable to talk to people who look like us and understand us.
In America, Black students haven't always been welcome on their campuses. They haven't always been allowed to pursue their educational goals. So creating an intentional space where Black students feel welcomed is one of the reasons that I do think that having Black Student Union on campus is very crucial.
When we are able to come together, I just feel like it's just a community that you won't find anywhere else.
What do you hope that our viewers here will take away from this conversation? What do you want them to know?
What we hope is that the students on the campus and even the faculty realize that we really a student-led organization, even with the help of Miss Brenda. We want to offer our support. We're here to advocate for you. We're here to just be there.
Black history is American history, and here at BSU, we're not scared of Black excellence. We encourage it. It's really a community welcome for everyone across the Black diaspora to just have this safe space. BSU is definitely open, and we would love to have you.
Whenever I'm in meetings, I always say that we're not just a club, we're also a link. Most students around campus most likely don't even know about the learning centers that's upstairs that's provided to us. We also actually ask them if they have any advisors, and if you don't, we actually have our advisor of the BSU, Miss Brenda Safford, because as I would like to add on too, she's one of the greatest professors that is on campus. I have to, it's true, Brenda.
So I actually have a question for you. So we've heard about the work that you've done with the Black Panther Party and even the award you received from Maya Angelou. What we want to know is how you bring that background to the QCC campus.
Well, I must say that I haven't done work with them. They have worked on me. They've influenced me by talking to people who were in the civil rights movement, people who were there with Dr. King, or working at a college before coming here, where the Black Panthers were started, which tells you something. It was started by community college students, something that was transformative in the history of the United States. So remember, regardless of your impression of it, community college students can make a difference. So it's up to you and other people that care about inclusion and social justice, and even our viewers, to make a difference.
With the first Black Student Union founded in 1966 at San Francisco State, their main focus was to build Black study programs, Black communities. As president, what do you think you could do to push for that?
We did an initiative, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, which included the creation of the President's Advisory Council on Equity, which Brenda co-chairs. And most recently, to lead a lot of our efforts, we hired our first Executive Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, Kevin Levincy. He's doing a lot of work to bring events to campus, to bring more education, to raise the awareness, because it's not just important for you to learn about your history, which I think sometimes we don't know our own history. It's important. But often in some places, you have a Black history course. A lot of times, it's primarily Black students that might want to take it. But this opens the door for everyone to learn. Right. As we talk to one another, as we learn our histories, we become richer, and it makes us stronger as a community.
What are some of the ways and what are some of the initiatives that you have in mind for you to make the campus more accountable and equitable for the students that are here?
The addition of a Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion is essential for keeping some of the accountability. But the real accountability comes from all of you. You know, how are we doing to support you? How well are we able to make you feel welcome and included at the campus? We cannot look at this work of diversity, equity, and inclusion as something that just happens 1 month in a year. And it can't not just come from the top down. So one of the things I'm working with our Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion is on creating DEI ambassador, people at different levels, whether it's a student, where it's somebody that works at the campus, to know how to advocate, to know how to identify certain events, and to train them in, for instance, bystander intervention. So it's not just me holding them accountable, it's not just Kevin holding them accountable, but it's our entire community holding each other accountable for this work. I'd like to end the interview today by asking Professor Safford about her role as co-chair of PACE and also your role as the chair of the Diversity Caucus. So Brenda, can you tell me a little bit about the importance of this role and what this group's goals are for the future?
Wow, that's loaded, right?
It is.
When President Pedraja was first hired, he charged the college with the executive initiative. I really believed in the vision. It empowers you to want to do better. Diversity Caucus is basically where everyone is invited, students, faculty, and staff. It's a general membership where we get proposals for ideas of raising cultural awareness on campus. PACE is very important because that's an advisory committee for the president. I think when we first got together, the most important thing we did the land acknowledgement statement for the college in full support of the president. I'm really excited to see the future of the hard work that we are doing.
Thank you, Brenda, for your work. Thank you, members of the Black Student Union, for taking the time today to talk. I think your contributions to the college community are incredibly important and made a lot of things possible. And it's important that we have these groups so that everybody feels welcome. It's not easy work. We're not finished, but it's important work that we must continue. Thank you for watching this month's episode of Campus Connections. Please make sure to watch next month as we commemorate Women's History Month and focus on the amazing women that make up QCC.